Well, good morning. I am never good natured before coffee. Let's not kid ourselves. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So I'm very excited for our next guests, because one of them has been a very good friend of mine for a very long, long time. And he is half the person he once was. Say good morning to my good friend, Ricardo Perez from Oyster Bay Beach Resort and SXM Paddle. Good
Yeah.
morning, sir. How are you?
Well, good morning, Sog. Thank you for having us here. It's a pleasure to be here, and especially to be here in a with a different capacity. And
So, who have you brought with you? Introduce
okay,
the good doctor.
it's I'm honored to have here Dr. Mauricio Acevado, all the way from the beautiful country of Argentina, who's visiting Saint Martin for the second time.
Oh, wow. So, second visit.
Second
Yes,
visit.
yes.
Second
Uh,
visit.
and you didn't scare him away.
No. No, on the contrary, I
I
encourage him to come back.
Good, good, good. Anybody who knows you, we have watched you transform yourself over the past
A
year.
year and change
Yeah,
since February of last year.
and and I'm sure the good doctor is the one who is put you in the right direction.
Yeah,
I'm dying
that's
to know how.
yeah. Well, first of all, I want to thank Oyster Bay Beach Resort and the Timeshare Association, because they have collaborated, to bring the doctor here. Also, SXM paddle. We'll talk about that a little later. Um, and to basically to spread the good word about how with making some small changes of our day to day, we could really make a big difference on our health. So yeah, so it started, actually, I'll give you a long story. About 2 years ago, one of my best friends, died of liver cancer, and his wake, his dad, very, like a father to me, came and talked to me and said, okay, well, when do we bury you next? I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was
So
that.
so everybody knows, I was super overweight, love my wine, love my, my local food, and so, but because I was, playing paddle and exercising, I thought I was, good until I went and did, my regular blood work, and it showed that I wasn't good. Had fatty liver, hypertension, diabetes too.
Mm. So you
Uh,
were diabetic.
yeah, diabetes
I
too.
never knew that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, like most of the people on
Were
this,
you were you controlling it with
with metformin,
so
so I
with
think
what is it with
metformin is a
uh,
very common, diabetic, uh,
drug or
yeah,
Yes.
a pill, it's
uh,
so anyway, so that only sort of just brought it down. It doesn't cure it.
right?
As a matter of fact, we were talking on the car. I was always told, when I was told that I was, pre-diabetic, which by the way is just confirming that you're gonna be diabetic
Right.
unless you make some changes. And I was always told once diabetic, that's it, you're done. And I'll tell you a little story of that. So anyway, so I, with all this new GLP-1 drugs and stuff like that, I went to the doctor, checked myself, and said, yeah, you're a good candidate with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with a GLP-1, medicine, for full disclosure, before I met the Dr. Acevado.
Okay.
And the moment I told him about that, he goes, okay, well, you started. Our goal is gonna be to make changes that you're not gonna need that
Okay.
or and reduce, all other medications that I was, that I was doing. And long story short, through with his coaching, and all the change of habits, I was successfully able to reduce the level of the medications, get completely out of it, and I was able in 100 days to reverse my fatty liver, hypertension, and my diabetes too. Put it in remission.
So it's funny, doctor, because the story that Ricardo was telling, my dad May he rest in peace. He lived to be 88. And he was always diabetic, probably the last 10 years of his life, had chronic kidney disease. And, you know, he basically changed his diet. 100% changed his diet and reversed his diabetes. You're the second person I've heard, tell this story, that he lived, he completely controlled the chronic kidney disease and eliminated the diabetes. Probably lived, longer because he was able to do that. It how so what's the secret behind the sauce? How do you make this work?
The reason, the secret is biology, is physiology. The problem around the world is insulin resistant,
Hmm.
pre-diabetes and diabetes. And when we knows how is the biology or physiology and take control of our habit, we can reduce chronic inflammation. This is the secret, but it's biology.
Right. And so you talked about changing habits. What were some of the habits that you had to change?
All right. Before the habits, I'm going to tell you two things that, because he mentioned inflammation. I had osteoarthritis on my right knee.
Hmm.
I mean, I play paddle in pain with braces and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I had lost basically good amount of mobility on my right, my right wrist.
Hmm.
All that is gone. Okay. I don't use no brace, have no knee pain. My mobility is, I would say, 95% back
Mhm.
on my right wrist. So, it's a couple of things, you're gonna laugh, about this. I was drinking 4 to 5 Coke Zeros a day.
Mhm.
I was drinking eating plantain chips. I mean, as a matter of fact, when I was coming here to the station,
Mhm.
my car drove itself to the bakery next door before the parking lot. So, so my diet was horrible. What I was eating, but because I was playing paddle every day, I figure, oh no, what's wrong with this? I go, first I'm eating, drinking Coke Zero, so there's no calories and no sugar, and then I was going playing for 2 hours, so I was burning it all off.
Right.
Okay, so
Not.
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 So first of all was about
It's a good thought though. If we could
yeah
make it
yeah
work.
yeah yeah. So first of all was about education, about learning what are things that are better for you and not. So one of the big things was I reduced my alcohol consumption to the level to bring it basically to zero. Because what I learned was that a nice wine turns into basically sugar, and sugar is the enemy. Okay, that's what really and it's I don't know I learned this recently is sugar is more addictive than cocaine. Okay, so
7 times.
yeah, 7 times. Wow.
7 times.
So anyway, but we've been fed with sugar since we were kids. So it's like any addiction is something you gotta break. So I changed the way I eat, the quantities of times that I eat a day. The way I hydrate myself.
So how many times do you eat a day now?
You really want to know?
Level one.
I
Level one.
yeah. At the beginning, I eat only one. Now level one. I was eating 3 times, then start changing to 2 times, and now that's what's called OMAD. I'm at 1 meal a day.
And when is that?
I because of my schedule and the way I operate, usually at night.
Hmm. See, that doesn't, but I think that would freak people out. It doesn't. That doesn't
It's
bother me. That doesn't
no,
bother me at all. I think I
no,
kind of do
no,
that.
no.
You know?
And
Everybody can.
yeah,
Can
correct.
do
And
it.
in addition to that, I do as part of the program, the coaching program, is I do certain amount of extended fasting,
What do you mean extended fasting?
you know. He doesn't want me to
Don't
say it.
tell-
Tell
He
me
doesn't
that.
want me to scare
No.
people.
First of all, we have to reduce 5 times a day. Our meal five times a day, reduced to 3 times a day. This is the first step.
See,
Real food. Sorry, real food.
Tell me
No,
what you mean by real food.
real food: meat, vegetables, fish, eggs.
Chicken.
Real food: chicken.
See,
No sweetener, no sugar, no additive.
what
No.
about honey? Is honey
It's
okay?
sugar. It's sugar in our body, in our bloodstream. Is sugar.
So,
It's glucose.
so honey is not good either.
Your healthy days, from Monday to Saturday, without sugar, without honey, without sweetener.
See, that's what kill. How am I gonna? I can't. I need to put something in the coffee. To
No,
make
it's
it,
your brain, not you. Only it's your brain. Just it's your brain.
So the first time, as I was going in this program, and already my glucose levels were lower, and I'm testing it, and it's the first time it went below 70. I mean, I called him freaking out. I said, dude, what's happening here? And he goes, well, it's very interesting. What happened here is your brain has been used to, and your body has been used to being over 100 in your glucose, that all of a sudden it's in shock that and that you're going so lower. So your body sends you a message. This is weird. Why are you doing to me?
were you lightheaded? Were you dizzy?
I was jittery. I felt weird. I felt strange.
The first 10 days.
Yeah.
Then we reduce our addiction,
Mhm.
so
My-
you
my-
don't need.
My glucose this morning was 81.
See, I have a horrible sweet tooth. That's the problem. And like, give me a pint of Haagen-Dazs vanilla ice cream in a spoon.
Sign me up. Sign
Right,
me up.
See, that's the part that I and once you start, it's really hard to stop.
If
What?
you no stop, if you don't stop eating sugar or ice cream, the doctor tell you that's diabetes genetic, but diabetes is not genetic. Type 2 diabetes is not genetic. It's epigenetic. It's our habit, our days.
I listen. I know two people that have proven this. You and my dad, right? And they completely reversed.
Yeah.
Everybody said to my what was genetic from his mom, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was generic from my mom. You know why?
Why?
Because my mom ate like crap.
Yes.
I mean, it's sad because now, if I look back at what I know now, and what I could have, try to help my mom and my sister in the way they dealt with their eating habits and so forth. Maybe it would have been a different story, and but the thing about this is, the program that we've been doing with the doctors, basically just educating, same thing that we're doing here right now, educating, talking to people. We've been working together with Louis Weber, he's a fellow
Yeah.
Rotarian, and the head of the Diabetes Foundation.
And listen, if the Diabetes Foundation tells you that it's working, guess what? It's working. It's based on facts. It's not
Well,
based on.
I mean, so we've been testing people. We're testing, our employees at the hotel, at different other businesses, and to actually tomorrow, this afternoon, today, we have a chat, a little conversation and questions like this at 5 p.m. at the SXM Paddle Club in Bel Air. So it's open to the public. It's free. If you're curious, if you have questions, if you wanna, if you wanna ask those questions you have, for example, about honey, what changes can you make to improve your health? One of the things that we've seen.
Because I give you for instance, like I used to, when I drink my coffee, always cream and sugar, and then I eliminated the sugar for a long time, and I went to stevia, and also was not really happy with that. And then I happened to be in Florida, and friends of mine, they said, "How would you like your coffee?" I was at their home, and he said to me, "I'd like it light and sweet." We drink it the same way, and how they sweetened it with honey, and and it's really good. I mean, it tastes
In,
really,
in
but
our body is sugar.
still the same thing.
And that
Sugar
was
is a toxic, chronic toxic, but the sweetener is 3 times worse
worse
worse to sugar.
because
What is 3 times worse? Honey?
the sweeteners,
Sweetener,
Oh, the
sweetener,
the artificial sweeteners. But
artificial.
I mean, and that was something I learned, last year. I thought
Does one have to eliminate sugar or reduce sugar?
Eliminate during your healthy day. In the party, eat what do you want, but the problem is your Monday, your Wednesday, your Friday.
by the way, we laugh about because we become friends now. We laugh about it. He goes, this whole thing.
I'm sorry that you became friends.
Yes,
He's
yes.
the guy, tough
Yes,
guy.
of course.
So I always give him crap because when we first started, I was in such bad shape that he never told me about that. My healthy days. He told me my healthy days have to be 7 days a week. I had no option.
So you get when let so you're gonna have your healthy days, and then you could have some days where you could treat yourself.
Yes, in your birthdays, in your Christmas,
I can't have ice cream once a
but
week.
you have to reduce your inflammation. And what about your stress? Because the first step is stress, not just food. Stress, movement, food.
I would love to continue with a bigger program on air because I think there's so much to learn here.
Oh, we could
Yes.
do it online. I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
So let me do this. Let me take a quick commercial break. I know we've got a big session coming up, a public session that's free.
Mhm.
That's coming. I want to talk about that. Let me take a quick commercial break.
Right.
We'll come right back.
Excellent.
More with Ricardo Perez and Dr. Mauricio Acevado, and we'll learn more about this all on the way. Please stay with us. Well, good morning and welcome back to the program. Glad you're with us. My name is Dr. Sock, 1033 right here in the Northeast Caribbean. We are slowly working our way through the morning together. My buddy Ricardo Perez is here from SXM Paddle and the Oyster Bay Beach Resort. And Dr. Mauricio Acevado is here from the home is where?
In
Home-
Argentina. My home?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Argentina, in
In
Entre Rios, Argentina, inside
Yeah.
the country.
And you came to visit us. I love it. You came to visit him. That part I don't understand. But, Oh, so before I just handed you a printout of all my blood work because I want to definitely continue this conversation with you off air. One of the things that I continue to struggle with is what I'd love to be able to do in the perfect world, if we can figure out how to do this, is to be good, Monday through Friday. And then on the weekend, I don't want to have to stop living. And I don't need to have a glass of wine. I don't need to have a drink. It's very rare that you'll see me have alcohol. But, there are some things that, once in a while, I'd love to have a little vanilla ice cream or a slice or two of pizza or a little bit of pasta or some lasagna or, all of those things that are, I know that my doctors go, you shouldn't do that, Sock. So can you, is there a way to balance this?
The first step,
Yeah.
reduce our cravings for pasta, for pizza, for ice cream, is our brain. No, your biology, no your cells.
Right.
It's only your brain. But during the weekend, only one meal unhealthy. Your pasta, your pizza, only in one meal. No, from Friday to Sunday. It's
Just
too
one-
big.
Just once.
Once,
Once-
1 hour taking food inflammation food.
So
1 hour, and
S-
then your body need to take a rest.
Rest, huh?
Rest.
Your organs, yeah.
Your organs.
okay, I think I might be able to do this if I know I could have that, one pasta, or that one pizza, or that one have a little bit. I right now I haven't had ice cream in a long time. I just have gone cold turkey. But once in a while it'll be nice to be able to enjoy something special, and if I can do that, I'm happy.
If you don't have it in the fridge, you cannot eat it.
Exactly. That's why I don't buy it. It's not in the fridge. But I do struggle when I walk by in Carrefour. I just don't look at the
I
big
hear
freezer with all the
Yes.
Haagen-Dazs in it.
I hear
Haagen-Dazs is not a real ice cream.
Yeah.
There you go. Add that.
Oh.
Add that to the list.
But enjoy a good meat, barbecue,
Yeah.
vegetable, broccoli, eggs, bacon. Do you eat bacon?
I'm not supposed to, but I do.
Okay, bacon with egg. Your
Yeah.
grandparent eaten.
Yeah, I know. I'll say no problem with bacon.
Yeah, me too. I
No,
love bacon.
no problem with
It's hard
bacon.
not to.
Yeah.
It's for your
Don't tell the
testosterone.
rabbi.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot. Yeah.
No, so listen, I know we're having a free public session this Wednesday. Tell me
Today,
where.
today.
Today.
Yeah.
That's it was already Wednesday.
Yeah, today. So,
What time?
5 p.m. at
Mm.
SXM Paddle Club. We're going to do a small, session, half hour, 45 minutes. Doctor's going to talk about the same thing that we're talking about. And you could have an opportunity to ask him questions. And if you want to go a little more in depth, like you want to do, like I did, you could talk to him and then do program a private session through Zoom. Even though he's in Argentina, he's reachable, and then again, like you did, you share with him your lab work, and he works one on one, with you guys. One of the things that he saw from last year, as we tested our employees and employees of other places, was, first of all, on the positive side, the employees that decided that they were gonna make a change have made a positive change and are doing much better. One of the things that he's very concerned is about the amount of people with high glucose, high diabetes.
Diabetes is one of the
You
biggest
know,
problems in the
at
Caribbean.
But what he's very concerned about is how, we have a good amount of young workers at the resort, and how many people he's seeing that are very young that are already showing this chronic levels. And I think, you, myself, through the Timeshare Association, through, all our communication channels, I think we need to do better and need to do more about communicating this information for people, so people have the knowledge to make good decisions. It's really, at the end of the story, it's really up to each individual what they do or don't do. I
Without
mean,
a
it's,
doubt.
it's your health, and but I think having the information, or and take away the misinformation out of it. Like, I mean, as I tell you, I mean,
I need it to be easy, right? If it
yes,
can be easy, then I'm good.
yeah.
The minute and yeah. So
So one of the things that I had, misinformation and there is, I thought, drinking diet sodas
mm,
was okay for me. Well, the fact that they're sweet, but your body interprets it the same manner.
when years ago when I was talking to my doctor, my buddy Dom, who's my doctor, we went to high school together, so we've been friends forever. My doctor in the U.S. and he said to me that you have a handful of absolute give ups, things you just can't do. Soda, diet or regular, just off the list. Um, and that was a wasn't such a big diet, soda, diet or regular, fast food off the list. Just don't do it. Um, and he's right. Yeah, and fast food wasn't a problem for me.
So the other thing that
Soda really wasn't.
the
Either.
other thing that I was
It's the ice cream.
very wrong about, I thought because I was exercising, a couple of hours a day,
No,
I was good.
no.
Wrong. And what I realized over this year and change is that 90% is all about what we intake, what we eat, or what we drink is really what makes the biggest difference. Obviously, the exercise is an added plus, it's another added benefit, but 90% of it easily is what we consume.
I'm with you 100%, 100%, and we're gonna talk more, Doc. I am. We're gonna get there. I'm traveling for like the next 4 or 5 days, and of course the month of May is full of travel. June too, but I want to figure out how we do this.
I'm waiting for you in July.
No. We're gonna start beforehand.
Okay.
And tomorrow, I'm gonna start make coffee in the morning with nothing sweet in it.
We just came from Puerto Rico doing the same thing in Puerto Rico, and actually I had a missed call from my best friend. He's so proud. He's calling me now because he's drinking his coffee without sugar.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Enjoy the good coffee.
yeah.
Oh, guys, thank you so much. This
Well,
afternoon, 5 p.m.
5 p.m. at SXM Paddle Club at Bel Air across the Bel Air Beach Hotel.
Pleasure was all mine.
Excellent. Thank you,
Ricardo,
Sock.
thank you.
Always good seeing
Thank you,
you.
Doc. Doc.
Pleasure to meet
Safe
Pleasure.
travel.
And we'll talk to
And
you.
and we'll tag the doctor on the stream. If people want to make a direct appointment with him, he does it through Zoom, and
Deal.
they could work it out. Thank
Love
you.
it. Love it. Thank you, guys. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
It is 10:42 as we work our way through the morning together. Let me see where we go next. We'll take a quick commercial break, and then we will be back.